Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Holy Redeemer girls soccer. Bob Hughes, the head coach, joining us right now. Well, Bob, some talent this year, always competitive in the Wyoming Valley Conference. What's your feeling early on here as everybody getting to the practice field and trying to get some drills underway and get ready for the season?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like every other year. We're going to have a very competitive league. Holy Redeemer, we're hoping to have a competitive team that is going to be looking to try and make a run at the district title at the end of the season. But it's early now, and I'd have to say Dallas, Coughlin, probably two of the favorite teams in the league again this year.
Bob, when you talk about competing with those teams, girls soccer, physical play, some quickness, girls that could score goals. But I'm sure you have your fair share there at Holy Redeemer. Let's first talk on the offensive end. Who are the girls you're hoping to put the ball in the net?
We have Lydia Lawson back this year, who was a first-team All-Star and All-State player last year. So we're looking for big things from her again. We have some other returning players, Nicole Kavanaugh, Adam Kaminsky, another good player for us that put up some goals and assists last year. And hopefully we'll have a few more girls that could find the back of the net for us this year.
And then, Coach, how about in the midfield and then some of the defenders? Who are some of those players this year you have expectations for that are working hard in practice?
Like I was talking about, Nicole Kavanaugh and Adam Kaminsky, two of our midfielders that we're hoping for big things this year on defense. We're basically bringing back our whole starting defense from last year and our keeper. So we feel we're going to be a strong defensive team this year with Gabby Thomaser and goal, Leanne Washikowski, Sarah Flannery, Emily Bush, and Julia Adams on our defense. And we have a couple of other defenders that we could bring in, and we're not really going to have much of a drop-off. So we're hoping to be a strong defensive team this year.
Coach, practice and getting ready for the season, and I'm sure some of these girls, they either play other sports, some may play club. Tell us about how you prepare for the season to make sure everybody's up to speed. What's the grind like when you're out there playing week by week and getting a couple games in a week and making sure you're ready for that rigor?
Yeah, the biggest thing this time of the year, I think, is getting girls into game shape, getting them touches on the soccer ball. Like you pointed out, a lot of girls play multiple sports and don't get the touch of soccer ball the rest of the year. So right now it's just getting them refamiliarized with soccer, getting them in game shape, because it's a very grueling sport. Like you said, the grind going through that whole season, 2-3 games a week, 80 minutes, sometimes more. So our big thing now is we're concentrating on getting them in game shape, getting them touches on the ball, and back into the swing of soccer.
Holy Redeemer Lady Royal Soccer here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Coach, every team and the conference sometimes has a style. So as far as what you're going to have versus some of the other opponents, is there much of a difference between maybe you and Coughlin or Dallas or you and Berwick, some of those schools that you possibly can meet during the season?
There's always going to be slight variations. I know from what I've heard, Coughlin's looking at maybe some possible different formations this year to try and get over the hump, as Coach Spagnuolo was saying with Dallas. So I think everybody plays a similar style, but I think you're going to see some different looks this year. You may see some more flat-back defensive looks. A lot of teams have been traditionally playing the stopper sweeper. So I think you're going to see a little bit different look this year, trying to catch some teams off guard, especially now that we only play every team once during the season. So it's nice if you can get that little bit of a edge on them.
Coach, when you talk about getting girls excited about soccer here in northeastern Pennsylvania, obviously with the USA, the team did this summer, very exciting. But, the competition the last several years is field hockey and soccer in the same season. It's tough because a lot of those athletes played both, but now you have lacrosse in the spring, so you have athletes doing that as well. But what are the positives you're seeing, because there's that challenge for coaches on both ends. What are the positives you're trying to see over on the soccer field?
Yeah, I think when you talk about what the U.S. women's team did this year, it gives, soccer a boost everywhere in the United States, not only, through the college levels, but now you're seeing it more players coming out in high school, junior high, looking to play soccer. That really gives a jump start to the sport that we don't really want to see drop off. At Radina, we don't see much of a battle between field hockey and soccer. When the seasons first switched, it was kind of tough then, but I think players now are making a decision a lot earlier, especially once they enter, junior high. They're making a decision whether they're going to play soccer or field hockey. So it's not too much of an effect anymore.
Well, Bob, I know you're looking forward to the start of the first game and, of course, going through the camp right now like everybody else. Hope everybody's healthy, and I hope you have a nice camp, and look forward to seeing you during the season.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Bob Hughes, Holy Redeemer, Lady Royal Soccer here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.